Hi everyone, this is JK. It's been a while since I made the last video again. It's been about 1 month since I made the last video. Basically, what we're doing is just staying inside. Here's Noah doing well inside. We're basically staying inside because of firstly, it's cold outside, and secondly, the virus. RS virus. It's a very fatal virus for the little babies. If the baby gets RS virus, it's not very popular in Korea. They are not very covering on the media about this virus. But if the baby gets RS virus, then they have to be inpatient in the hospital, and we don't want it. Especially when the baby is under 1 year old, then they have to be in the inpatient. It's very dangerous, and Emily doesn't want it, and we don't want to risk it. So today I have good news and sad news. Good news is that I got a Swedish visa, and we are planning to move to Sweden in March, at the end of the March. So it's slightly about 3 months left, and we have a lot to do before we go. So I applied for the visa in last June, and normally it takes about 2 years to get the visa, to get the approved. But for me it took 6 months, only 6 months. I applied in June and I got the decision in December, and I had an interview 6 months later in December, and I got the decision on the same day, right away. Normally it takes 2 hours, but I don't know why it took so little time. And I think it's because we have a kid, and we're married, and we have lived together for a certain amount of time, right? not a short time. And I think that just proves that our relationship is serious and not a fake. So I think they made a decision right away, and I really appreciate everything about Swedish immigration office that they allowed me to get to Sweden. And especially I appreciate my wife. Yeah, she worked really hard on it. She really worked really hard on it. She researched everything, looked it up on the internet, asked many people about how to get the visa and what to prepare, and she contacted immigration office in Sweden, and she took a lot of time, put a lot of effort and put a lot of time to get the visa, and finally I got the visa. That's really good. I mean, who would not want to go to Sweden? Everyone looks up to Sweden. Everyone wants to go to, no, maybe almost everyone wants to go to Sweden if they have a chance. Am I right? Sweden is famous for work-life balance and easygoing, kind people, good nature, and relaxed people. Leaving this country, especially leaving my home country and my family, it's not really happy thing. So when I think about leaving my family behind and move to another country on the other side of the planet, it makes me sad. But it's not like that we're gonna be separated for the rest of our life. Definitely we can visit, we can come to Korea at least once a year. That's our plan. We are planning to come to Korea to visit my family, and of course my parents have to see Noah growing. They can also come to Sweden to visit us.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that was our plan, and we promised that we'll come here at least once a year.
We will.
Mm-hmm.
I need to shop,
Yeah,
It only lasts so long.
Yeah, for Emily to shop, for Emily to use money.
And food.
Yeah, and to eat food using money. So basically our rest of our life will be saving money to use it in Korea. to saving money in Sweden and to use it in Korea. How good am I? I just collecting money from Sweden and then put it in Korea back. I'm just so good. I'm a patriot. I deserve a medal. So here's the story. I had an interview in Swedish embassy in Korea, and I had this. I thought the interview was going to be in English, so I prepared everything in English. They asked some questions to see if the relationship is serious, and I thought this would be with Swedish staff in Swedish embassy and in English. So I prepared everything in English, but it turned out that I have an interview with a Korean staff there, and everything was in Korean. And that guy who had interviewed with me said that the proof of income and house were the two most important things to get approved. And I said, like, my wife has a income, my wife has a job, but we don't have a house. And then he was like, well, the decision can be made today. So after this interview, you have to go ahead and have to at least try to make a contract to get a house, and you have to show them that you are trying at least, or otherwise, at least you have to show that you have a house, you have your the parents-in-law's house, and you will live there. But based on what Emily researched and asked to the immigration office in Sweden, if you live outside of Sweden with family as a Swedish citizen, then you don't need to prove income and house, because that's physically impossible. If you live outside of Sweden, you cannot have a house and a job and income in Sweden. So that's what she looked up, and that's what we prepared. So after the interview, I told Emily that we need a house, and she was freaked out, she was panicked, and she became very angry, because this is totally different from what she researched, what she has known. So she said, like, she showed me some immigration office saying that we don't need any house and income or something like that. So I was like, okay, then let's go ahead, let's go this way. We're not gonna prove our income and house or whatsoever. And then in the night, on the same day, I got an email from Swedish embassy saying that it's granted. Yeah, so I was really like, I got an email on my Gmail account, and it says from Swedish embassy, blah 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 thing, and it was in Swedish. My heart was pounding. I was so stressed and nervous when I saw that email, and I was clicking it, and then my hands were shaking and my heart were pounding, and everything was in Swedish. And I saw this word, like the visum, or like vebiliad, was it? Yeah, vebiliad. I was like, what the hell is vebiliad? I was copying the word and open the Swedish dictionary and put it in the dictionary, copy and paste it, and I looked it up, and it says granted. So I was like, granted? Does it mean that my visa was approved, granted? And I scrolled down the email, and there was the English version saying that my visa was granted. I was like, oh, finally. I was so relieved and happy. And then I was thinking, like, how should I tell it to my wife? How should I say it? And then I cannot just say it easily. I cannot just go to my son is having fun here. Cute little one. So I was like, how should I say it to my wife? It shouldn't be that easy. Like, should I make fake one that says it's declined, it's rejected? But I couldn't be so mean about it. So I was just, Emily was sleeping. It was night because Emily was sleeping with Noah in the other room, and I was in this living room. I went there and I said, hey, Emily, I have a bad news. And she was like, what is it? I said, we need to prove the house. And she was like, what? We don't need it. What do you mean? So I got an email, and I have to prove, and we have to prove that we have a house in Sweden. And she was like, and we cannot prove it. And she was having this big sigh, like, and then, so I said, but that's what I got. We have to show it. At least we have to try, and maybe we can show your parents' house. And she was like, no, we cannot. That doesn't work. It's not under our name. And she had this big sigh, and she just got out of the bed, stomping out. She didn't care about Noah sleeping at all at this moment. And she was having a big sigh, like, and then stomping out of the bed. And then she came out and then went to the computer and asked me to show the email. And then I was like, see by yourself. It's right there. And then suddenly she started to cry, and she started to cry. And I was like, okay, maybe I should stop here. And then I show her the email, and right after she saw the email, she just kept crying. And then she just elbowed me very hard, elbowed me on my rib. Maybe I should have filmed it, but I couldn't because she was naked. She always sleeps naked, even though it's very cold in the night.
I was just gonna say you should film it, but I realized that was not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a good idea because I mean, I cannot do anything at home because you're always naked. You know, all other couples on YouTube make prank videos, put a camera sneaked in somewhere between something, and then they make a good video, and then it's gonna be a porn if I do that. So we are going to Sweden in 3 months, and as I said before,
2.5.
2.5
Because
at the
my
end.
mom counts down.
Uh-huh.
So she tells me.
Yeah, everyone in Sweden.
Because I said to her that it's 3 months left, and she said, and then she was angry and corrected me and said that no, it's not 3 months, it's 2.5.
Yeah, everyone in Sweden is waiting for us. And we are planning to move to Emily's parents' house for a while and get a new house for ourselves. Yeah, and then in the future, if we can afford later, then we can buy a house. Yeah, that's our future plan. And we're gonna raise our kid in Sweden, and I'm gonna live in Sweden for the rest of my life, unless anything happens.
Well, maybe your son wakes up at 18 and wants to move to Korea.
Yeah, and when he's 18, he will come back to Korea and serve military.
Maybe.
Yeah, if he wants, we cannot stop it, you know. It's Sweden, it's a Swedish way. Nobody can stop your kid once they become adult.
Well, he might want to study at university in Korea, who knows?
Yeah, in Korea.
Then we might.
Yeah.
I will not let him go by himself, so obviously I will follow.
Yeah, since Noah is quite a handsome boy, so if he moves to Korea, then he will be very popular, and then, you know, he can just have all his life fun in Korea with bunch of girls side by side.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't show this video to Noah later.
Maybe you should.
By the time he understands the language, I will put down this video. Anyway, we have a lot to do. We moved this house because we thought that this visa process will take at least 2 years. Like 99% of people, I assume, it takes 2 years, up to 3 years to get the visa. But for us,
And by the way, they changed the rules too now.
mm-hmm.
Like the week after we got the visa approved, they changed the rules so that now everyone applying from outside the country wanting to move back to Sweden with their families, they have now a fast lane in the queue, and also everything will go so much faster.
Yeah, maybe we were in the process too.
No, they started with that from now, 1st of January, I think. So
yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you are married to a Swedish partner, then you can try. You know, you don't need to wait. I don't think you can wait. I don't think you need to wait for 2 years to get the visa anymore. But mostly, as far as I know, Koreans who got the Swedish partner, comes to Sweden as a sambo, not a marriage couple. So sambo still takes a lot of time. So bear that in mind. Let's go ahead and get married.
I think the fastest lane is have a child. But
Yeah, have a child.
You should never have a child just because of the visa.
Yeah, just don't rush anything. Plan it out. Yeah, visa is not everything. Make your life. By the way, we moved to this house, so thinking that it's gonna take 2 years, but we got it already. So we need to clear out this house again.
Yeah.
We have a lot of furniture, a lot of things to clear. And since we are living slightly outside the city, I don't think this house will be sold in the near future. So I don't know. We're gonna waste a lot of time, but you know, it's worth it. It's worth it.
He pulled them all. See?
This string baby.
Yeah,
Oh, nice boy. 착해. Yep, he's pulling out everything and 조심하세요, 루이센. 네, 고마워. 감사합니다. 아빠 주는 거야? 뽑아서? 오유. 네, 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 그것도 뽑으려고? 오유.
마지막.
네, 엄마 줘. 네, 엄마 감사합니다. So we bought most of the furniture in this house from second-hand market on the app. It's Carrot, 당근 market, and most of them are second-hand. Because I'm stingy ass, extreme cheapskate. So like 90% of this house is from second-hand, and I'm trying to resell it on second-hand again. So if I resell second-hand, it's gonna be a third-hand, recycle, reusing. Save the planet. My wife's thing is a first hand. It's new one. All my things are second, third, fourth hand. I mean, who needs a new one?
I do.
Yeah, when you're gonna live in this country for 6 months, you need a new one, definitely. And it's only 2.5 months left since I have to move to Sweden, and I also need to study Swedish very, very hard. And Swedish language is not an easy language at all. Some grammar is very, very tricky. It's similar to English, but still inside it, something is very, very tricky. And it's more like German, not more like English. Like living with Swedish wife is not helpful at all for your language, since she never used Swedish with me. And she always like, whenever I say, you're not using Swedish at all, you're not helping me, and she comes to me and says, okay, from now on I'm going to only use only Swedish with you, so you have to be prepared. Okay, let's do it. And we have this conversation only in Swedish, and I was like, oh yeah, that was really helpful, and I learned a lot. And for 10 minutes, and then a little later he comes back and starts to speak in English all over again. All over again.
The same in Korean.
Yeah, well, you never asked me to speak in Korean at all.
Oh. Well, I did before.
When, like 2 years ago? Yeah, if you are eager to learn Korean later at any time, then I am willing to use only Korean with you.
Sweden, I will go back to studying then.
Yeah, but my Swedish is more urgent in this situation.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because, you know, I have to get a job in Sweden. I thought I could do the same work in Sweden as I'm doing in Korea, but because of the tax and, you know, administration issues, I don't think I can keep working in Sweden. Anyway, we have this one, money. We hang in there saying, it's a kind of bet that who's gonna speak in English first. But obviously I won, but I just kept it there. I don't keep it because it's, you know, pointless to get it, because I will always win anyway. Yeah, anyway, thank you for helping. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, very, very helpful. Thank you. I have to study by myself, all by myself. So yeah, yeah, exactly, all by myself. but she's a very smart woman, very helpful, nice and kind. I appreciate that she got me a visa. She's smart, work hard, dedicating, most importantly, beautiful. I'm very happy and lucky. I think I'm the luckiest guy in the world that I got this woman as my wife. So stay safe if you have a baby. RS virus is spreading in this country and all around the world, even though it doesn't cover much in the media. Yeah, that's why we are mostly staying inside for almost a month so far. Influenza too. Yeah. Stay safe. If you have a baby younger than a year, especially, stay safe. And since we are planning to move to another country, we have to be more careful and cannot risk anything. Yes, this is the list that we have to sell or throw away. There are a lot, like 60 of them. And the problem is we need them. We need almost all of them until we actually move out. So we don't know when to sell them. Yeah, these are the list that we sold so far. There are 7 out of 60. So many things. And this is the buy list that we have to buy before we move, which I don't like. And thinking that the second-hand market is not very active in Sweden, that also makes me sad. It's not all about money. It's about our future generation, Noah's generation. People should stop manufacturing, stop making new things.
And then you married me.
And then I married a new woman that loves new things. I apologize to Noah on behalf of his mom.
What do you mean?
That ruined his future generation. Human beings have more than what they need in this world. If they need a plastic, just go to the ocean and pick up some plastic from there. Today's dinner is taco. All you need is these kind of vegetables, and all you need is just chop it, dice it, slice it into small pieces. Sour cream, taco sauce, salsa sauce, that's all you need. That's easy. It only takes some time. Taco is that my wife is having food. I'm taking care of Noah because we cannot sit together and eat together. Someone has to take care of Noah. So that was it for today, and see you later with another video that cleaning out this apartment.